Come in. Yeah, come in. Come in.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Yahdash. We want to give them honors to our apostle, great millstone, who teach very well. Where we let the truth from and sanitation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push his word in our truth, faith, and sincerity, man. And yeah, we're here again, week in and week out to prophesy against this wicked place called America, man. Then we got the brothers from Huntsville down, the brother Isaiah, but at the same time, the faces change and the places might change, but guess what? The story stays the same. And the main part of the story is what? The downfall of this so-called white man system. Just before we cut the camera on, it was 3 people. There was Edomites that walked by. And one key factor, this guy, he had a Georgia shirt on. And one of those key factors on one of his shirts, he said, panic. He asked what this thing about. We told him what it was about. And he said, you guys are not in charge of it. Guess who's in charge of it, though, man? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know, you got it up.
God, Ezekiel 35:1.
Spirit. God, love Yahweh Ba'ashem. Everybody say that. You got it up.
God, Ezekiel 35:1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
It says, set thy face against Mount Seir, man. And Mount Seir is America, man. In this beast system as a whole. And the reason why we turn our face against it, because this place is totally an adverse kingdom against the Lord. Yeah, it
says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
It says, thus saith unto it, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And because that's why we put out precepts. We put out precepts when we speak against this place. We're not shooting from the hip. We're not guessing and things like that. And we're not speaking things of our own accord. We say this is the book of Revelations. You know? You got to know what?
It said, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Yes, the Lord, he is stretching out his hand against you in the form of his prophets. But ultimately, that's going to lead to destruction, man. That's going to lead into Yahweh Shah coming and stretching out his hand and destroy this place, man. You got it up.
It says, I will lay thy cities waste.
Yeah, and that's the spirit. That's how you know America is on the scene. Because America have more states, not states, but cities than states, man. But they got 50 states and they have hundreds of thousands of cities, man. Not to count the small towns. But again, that's one thing that the Lord had pushed forth even in Revelations, the 18th chapter, that great city. Places like New York, LA, Atlanta, Miami, those great cities are going to be destroyed because of how Ba'ashem Yahushua declared it. And the reason why he declared it, because that shit is wicked, man. And then you go into New York, you eat. Now, matter of fact, you go to Atlanta. It could be 5 or 10 minutes, man. You're going to see something that's vile there, man. Whether it be a man that's dressed like a woman dressed like a man, a nigga commit adultery. You know, you see one of the big real housewives in Atlanta out there. Lord got to do away with all these things and start over for righteousness, man. You got it, bro.
Yeah, this second Israel is 4 in verse 26. It says, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasted fast to pass away.
It says, this world is hastening fast to pass away, this current kingdom. Because ultimately, wickedness cannot last long. Righteousness lead into immortality, but wickedness and sins lead to what? Death. That's the reason why Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't a prosperous kingdom even until this day, man. You know? It was a prosperous kingdom for a moment of time, but the Lord cast that place down. You got it, bro.
That makes back up the point. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 15. For righteousness is immortal. It's immoral.
Yeah, for righteousness is immoral. Because again, if you be righteous, the Lord will save you. And that's the spirit. Let us save you, man. That's the angels, man. You know, and it ain't like that's a coincidence and things like that. We're preaching the word and something like that come by. Now, it was already about the story. But again, the reason why we need to be saved, because we're righteous living in the midst of a wicked situation, man. You know, that's why the scripture say that he that departed from evil making himself a prey. If I call a nigga a faggot, I'm the bad guy. But don't you like boys? You know what I'm saying? Things like that shows you that this current kingdom is ass backwards. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmity.
Yes, this world is exalted in wickedness, man. In order to make you have to commit wickedness, man. Another nigga, George Floyd, he was a known drug dealer and porn star. But again, this nigga died and they exalted him more than they exalted Howard Shot, man. Showing you that this kingdom actually surrounds and revolves around that left-handed energy or that left-handed side. You know, in order for you to be a great guy and a great man in this society, you have to bow down to the woman. You know, you have to accept faggots. You have to eat pork and go along with the get along. But guess what? Righteousness comes with a standard, man. You know, ultimately trying to better ourselves so we can be fit for the kingdom. You got to hold that real quick. You got it.
This is John 7:7.
Mm-hmm.
The world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil.
You got it, bro.
God. Hey, just like the Aqua was saying, man. These brothers, these damn 2/3, man. You know, they hate the message of the Lord, man. They hate the prophets, man. You know, because we coming against them, man. You know, we telling them about themselves, man, and they don't want to hear that, man. You see, they wanna live in their filthiness, man. They want to live in their wickedness, man. You know, and they're gonna perish, man, just because that's their mindset, man. They don't want the Lord, man. And the scriptures said that if you hate the Lord, man, you love death, man. That's it.
Well, man, you want to, bro. Like the head always say, you know, Jake's been in the bar too long. They've been sipping the Babylon and juice so long that they pretty much have come accustomed to being drunk spiritually. And to the point where like evil is accepted here. Right. Homosexuality. The thing was most I warned about the time of Sodom and Gomorrah and the time of Noah. It's all back today, but they doesn't see any harm in doing these things. So, you know, in return, they don't even expect to see the judgment. Like we could be put it, man. You know, but we know that we in a time of Noah all over again. Time of Sodom and Gomorrah all over again, man. All right, there's gonna be a great destruction of America, Babylon the Great. See? I got you. You got me, Sean.
I made it back to you. I came up. This is Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, and put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." And if I may, just to back the brothers up, that's this kingdom, which lets you know this kingdom is ass backwards, man. All right, the good is considered evil. Here it is, the fact, like the brother said, we're gonna rebuke a fucking mo, man. But we looked at, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are weird. You shouldn't judge nobody. No, man.
You got it, bro.
That's the ways of Yahweh by Shemi Awashai, man. You see? But evil is good. Here it is. You got a gay parade in this kingdom, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking wickedness, man. You know, just to back the brothers up, man. What you brothers got?
Hey, if I may add to your point, they got a gay parade. Then they got a pride month.
Yeah.
We know that's something that God and the Heavenly Father's hate homosexuality. Why is not no month dedicated to the Lord?
That's it.
It's a whole month dedicated into abominations, man. You really think that the Heavenly Father is going to let this wicked shit continue? You got it, bro. I got you.
God, 2 Peter 2. And I started verse 6.
And it's said, like brother Mike just mentioned, we in Prime Month.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's due, dude.
It is a microchip.
Yeah, it is a microchip. You got it.
2 Peter 2 and 6, it says, "And turn the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that afterward should live ungodly." Yeah, just going to it like Most High eventually gonna get you, man. Your sins can't be, you know, it look like it ain't gonna allow weakness to produce and grow. All right, past its extent. It's a start, you know, expired point. So just like during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, it came a point where Most High was fed up. He gave Lot the commandment, hey, to leave the city. Flee, don't return back. You know, so what happened? The Lord rained down fire and brimstone. Why? Because you had homosexuality and perversion going on in those 5 neighboring cities. See, so we're in a great city of America, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. They're doing even worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, man. So what do you have to expect now? You have to expect this, set for an example, to play it out, all right? In these times right now, in the story. See?
Yeah, this is Romans 1 in verse 32. It says, "Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure
Yeah, nigga getting off, man. She for them gills, man. Spit, nigga. Yeah.
Yeah, it says not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that hurt that do them. You know, and he said, knowing the judgment of the Lord, because you niggas know the action that you do is coke. This is why you got terms like in the closet, you know, I'm coming out. You see, because you niggas really know that shit off. And a lot of the things that's pushed here in America, you know, just the conduct of this place is really contrary to what the Lord is looking for here in the earth. So therefore, you niggas, you gonna get judged. And the Lord, you know, niggas think the Lord don't exist. As if like the Bible is just a book filled up with pages and novels. You know, no, it's a judgment to this shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a righteous, if it's a way that's contrary to wickedness, there's gonna be a judgment for doing that shit, man. If you kill a nigga and you go to jail, you know how much more for you doing acts that offense the heavenly Father, man.
That's it. If I may add, just going back into when niggas say coming out the closet, it really be that demon coming out, man, and revealing himself who he truly is. You know? You got something?
Isaiah 3:9, it says, the show of their countenance does witness against them.
Yes, still that showing that countenance does witness against them. That's why there's certain people that you see, yeah, I know that nigga got a bandana. He ain't got it on this way, he got it on the other way, the flat type way, man. Yeah, nigga switching, nigga got on some short shorts, nigga got an ankle bracelet on. But even then, even it says in the book of Sirach, how a man shall be known by his clothes. You know, so sometimes when a demon hop on somebody, it don't affect it do affect your mind, but it works from the inward way out, because everything starts with a thought, man. So again, nigga, he started having those thoughts, and then what made him wicked, he play on those thoughts, man. Which means what? Ultimately, well, I ain't gonna even go there, but at the same time, nigga play on their thoughts, man. Everything that comes across your mind, you can't act on it. Because a thing can go across your mind, it could really be a wicked act. It could be a woman that's coming at you real hard, but if you play on it and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop her, and she got a man, now that's a wicked act that you just committed. And you can say, Lord, she came on to me, Lord. Lord, she wanted to give me the cat. But guess what? You knew she had a woman, man. You willingly committed adultery now, man. And that's the same thing on the opposite end with the moles. You know, you can say, yeah, you know, that's a, you know, because I come from a line of handsome men. I'm just talking shit. You know, you come from a line of handsome men, like, oh, brother, you fresh today. But it ain't like no stuff that you will actually commit an act. You know what I'm saying? Showing you that homosexuality is just niggas is really just fulfilling their lust of the flesh.
You got like, if I may, just backing up with the officer saying, they, you said it perfectly. They playing off the lust of their own flesh. It's already what's inside of you being played out.
That's it.
Right? That's the wickedness that's inside of you. You haven't been purged by the watching of the word. So therefore, you corrupt in the spirit. You're gonna play out on your own lust. You acting in the flesh because you ain't operating in the spirit.
Yeah.
We know that the lust of the flesh, you know, is something that leads to death.
That's it.
You know, but the spirit leads to life, man, and peace.
Right.
It's like,
Just take a point if I make, because you know, when you act on your flesh, the Lord can use like a woman to bring that shit out, man. You learn that with Alizé. You know, now your nickname is the Pig Food. Yeah, the Cake Fat. Yeah, Texas. You got to play, you know, you got to let women grow up your wrong hole. You know, your whole period as a man. Now you know, nah, man. But these are the same acts that we're doing back in Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's continue on. It says Isaiah 3:9 again, the show of their countenance witness against them, and they declare their sin in Sodom, they hide it not. It says, woe to their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. So just going into like what the brother brought out of Romans, like even knowing that these things are wicked, you can still support it. All those people who do these things, you know that it's awful. You support it when your ass gonna die too, man. You know, homosexuality is it celebrates the bad color, man. The bad color. You got that nigga from Chicago Bears doing fingernail polish and shit. 18, 3 times 6, 18, false snap your helmet shot. You know? Yeah, you niggas who support that shit, niggas gonna die as well, man.
It's right.
Niggas don't hide this shit no more. It was a point in time when the homosexual niggas don't want to come out the closet. Yeah. You know, there was still a sense of masculinity in the world. Now that masculinity is toxic. You're seeing football players singing their pilots, you know, for the gay movement. It's like, when did this shit stop? When is enough? When is enough enough? You even got Boost coming out trying to be the voice of reason for a gay nigga.
Nigga, that's a phone. Listen to Boost.
If I may, they got new terms for them niggas. Punk. You know, that's like a fucking like the nigga. He a flare, but he act like a dude still. But the nigga a flare, so they call the nigga a punk. Yeah. But he out there with it though. He come off as if he on the DLB. He out there with it.
Yeah, nigga sitting on his lap in the club.
Yeah. Or the nigga he fuck with bitches,
Yeah.
but he a flare, man. You know. Yeah, like a young thug type of nigga, man. But this is what's accepted in the world. That shit put you on the level. You know?
If I may add, because it got to a point when being gangster or quote unquote gangster, that was like the key form of masculinity.
Right.
But now, guess what they have? Gay gangsters.
Yeah.
Niggas this hard, nigga shoot you down in a second, but guess what? He's a homosexual, man. They call them GBGs, man. Hold on. Hold on, real quick. You got me, Sam.
Yep. Back brothers up. It's Proverbs 23 and verse 7. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Yes, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. And then where heart goes back into your Hebrew word law, man. So you think certain things in your mind, if you don't rebuke it and check that shit, it don't, guess what? That shit gonna manifest upon you, man. You got it.
It says, eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with me.
Yeah, but his heart is not with me, man. You know, there was it on it. You got it. You got it on some.
This is St. John. This is St. John chapter 15, verse 18. The head in the blue letter says the disciples' relation to the world.
And what it says is disciples' relation to the world. Telling you that we separate from these motherfuckers, man. You got it, bro.
If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If I may, just going into the world hate the prophets because the prophets condemn this world. Going back to the office opened up with Ezekiel 35, set thy face against Mount Seir, prophesy against her, prophesying against the wicked deeds of this place. Brought out the Peter with Sodom and Gomorrah, condemned, with the overflow, roughly paraphrasing. Well, we condemning this place through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. And the world don't want to hear that because they are going into what the officer Ryan brought out. They fulfill the lust of the flesh. So they don't want to be told that they wrong. And really, they don't hate the messengers, the prophets. They hate Yahweh Shah because Yahweh Shah condemned this place first and foremost. That's why they crucified, right? But it says, verse 19, if you are the world will love his own.
Hey, if I think, that's why when Deacon got in that little situation, niggas was loving him, man. Because that nigga is of the world, man. You got it.
It says, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
Yeah, that's why I said therefore the world hated you. Because they don't know what's personal. Niggas don't know us from a can of rocks, man. You don't know what we do when we go home. You don't know what we do when we cut off a video. So it's not nothing personal. Really, what it is, you just hate the spirit of Yahweh Shai that is upon us. And the spirit of Yahweh Shai is what? The spirit of prophecy, man. You know? And we're occupied in prophecy, while a lot of niggas just occupied or just trying to get, demonized GMS. And at the end of the day, we're going to see who the Lord dealing with, man. You know?
Got some for you, bro.
Hold on, real quick.
I got it. It's Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 10. Start from the top. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
And that sounds like the kingdom of heaven right there, brother. That sounds like Yahweh Shai being on top.
Yeah.
That do not sound like America. Trump, who is the leader of these people today, people are not together with him, and people are not well governed. It's niggas out here that just walking around, just going on pride month, man. This is the money that we're living in. It's going to be a couple days now. People is going to walk down the street butt naked to claim their pride. They claim, I like this, I like that, and I'm proud about it. Showing really just not having faith in the Most High. You got it, bro.
This point right here. This is verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself.
As the judge of the people is himself. Jeffrey Epstein, man. P. Diddy. That's why a lot of the people in this world is fucking freaks, man.
If you're no oppressor.
Yeah, cause yeah, but you gotta say what you said. The oppressor. Nigga want to be like the so-called white man, so he do the things the so-called white man do. Jake would have never heard about pegging if a white man would have never brought it to him, man.
Shit, Martin Luther King too. Martin Luther King was the first did.
That's it. He was the first did it. Nigga love white women, man. Yeah, they had him at orgies with the Rothschilds. With the Rothschilds, man. And then on top of that, you know, he was a part of that fraternity, Kappa, Alpha, whatever. You know they some old niggas dancing, nigga moving like a bitch. Nigga grind on each other, man. And these people choose from to be the leaders of the black race. Fuck out of here, man. The leaders of our race is here today, man. Out here on the highways and byways speaking against this wicked kingdom.
Right.
You got it all.
God. And what manner of a man the ruler of the city is,
What manner of man the ruler of the city is, you got it.
such are all they that dwell therein.
And that's why here in America, a lot of people is wicked. And the reason why, because the leader is wicked, man.
Right.
Dude, you can go to Trump, you can go to Epstein, you can go to Diddy, you can go to anybody who's in these office cabinets. Guess what? These niggas are sick. You can go into the inner workers, no, in the inner workers' eye lives, you might see a brother drink a bill. You know what I'm saying? Most of the brothers probably do just get a hearted, man. You know, buy a hoe, you know, get a heart, have a good time and things like that. You better not never see a brother do the things that these elites do. Because he even tells us that Father Bashar brother can hold it in the 5th chapter. It is a shame that the things that these devils do in the dark. These guys, they sacrifice kids, they drink blood,
They eat people.
they eat people, they even poison your water. They poison the sky. Just recently, Alabama just stopped putting fluoride in their water.
Yeah.
They just passed the bill on it, and you know that ain't gonna come to effect because their fluoride and their calcium is built up in those pipes, man. So it really ain't doing it. You should have did that shit 50 years ago, man. What you got to do?
Ephesians 5:12. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
It says it is a shame to speak of those things that these Edomites, these white people do in secret. They have origin parties even out there in Atlanta. Some of these takes too. It's clubs that's dedicated to you having an orgy with somebody, man. The inner workings of this world is wicked, man. A lot, I mean, you think it's just one secret society like an Illuminati. It's a secret society for you getting bust down and shit, man. Show you, and a lot of times when you step into those secret societies or those type of rooms and shit, it be mayors, Congress people, Senate in them, people that so-called important, your leaders. And that's the going back into your precept, man. How the leader of the people is, so I mean how the leader of the city is, so are the people. But it just shows you that Isaiah the 9th chapter what the leader of these people caused in the air, man. You know? But that was on it. Come on. You got it, Simone.
This is Proverbs chapter 16, starting at verse 18. Says, pride goeth before destruction.
Yeah, pride goeth before destruction. And no coincidence as we are living in what? Pride month. So the destruction of Babylon the Great is coming very soon. You got it, bro.
And a haughty spirit before a fall.
Papa Prashad, look up the word haughty for me real quick, huh? You got it, huh?
Yep, this Romans 8 and verse 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Yes, because one thing about the flesh, you got to always check it, man. Because the flesh will get proud real quick, too. You know, even then, flesh is really flesh is just impulse. A woman rub on your leg and, you know, you know what I'm saying? Or you hungry, you got to eat this. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have control of that fish. You know, when a woman rub on your leg, you got to see if that's a woman or a man. You know, when you hungry, you got to make sure you're not eating pork or eating any defiled things.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to really check the flesh and keep it in subjection here in these other days, especially when there's a lot of moles out here. Because the reason why a lot of niggas faggots and gay, they just love the flesh. Niggas love getting off.
Yeah.
He can't get off with his ride no more, so he got to get off with his backside. Nigga, what happened to you, man? You got it up.
If I may, the Lord said how they love pleasure more than they love the Most High.
That's it.
You know, that's 2 Timothy the 3rd chapter. And that's America on display. You see, because this place don't teach discipline, man. You know, the Lord tell you how intemperance is at an end. You know, and that intemperance takes you back to overindulgence. And if you overindulge in your flesh, that should lead to you being a mo, man. You see? Now you will start to try to justify that shit in your mind. Won't nobody know. You know, now you doing that shit, man.
Oh, it's love.
Yeah, man, love, love.
Love is love. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it kind. It says Romans 8:5, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
And really, that's us teaching, man. And really trying to better ourselves for Yahweh Shai. Because we set ourselves to a higher standard than everybody. That's why, and that's why even the scripture say, let not your sins weigh you down. Because we held ourselves to a certain standard, man. When you really think about how much we go off and shit, you a bug out. You know, just on a regular day thing, you wearing mixed garments or something like that. But at the same time, the Lord know our heart, he know our spirit. You know, you got to verse.
Yep. It says, for to be carnally minded is death.
For to be carnally minded is death, man. That's why a lot of niggas got AIDS and these different STDs are what? A carnal thought. You got it.
It says, it's like, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Yeah, spiritually minded is life is peace, and that's really this word. Yahweh Shai dwelling in your inside. You know what it says? Branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless I dwell in you. So that's part of that spirit being put in us, man. You got it, bro.
It says, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
The carnal mind is enmity against the Lord. The Lord hate that shit. Bible Christian, look up that word enmity for me. Look up that word enmity for me, man. You got it. Read it again.
Yeah, it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
Yeah, it's like a adverse spirit. You got it.
For it is not subject to the law of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, neither indeed can be.
Yeah, that's why you're not subject unto the Lord. That's proud as hell. You subject into your manager, you subject into the supervisor, but you ain't gonna be subject into the Heavenly Father. The Lord gonna destroy you for that shit. Oh, that real quick. Get that real quick.
I got enmity right here. It reads, often mutual feeling of hatred.
Often mutual feeling of hatred. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Because Esau pushed forth the workings of the flesh. You got it.
Hostility or ill will.
Hostility or ill will. Ill will is going to come into Babylon, America, Babylon the Great. Whether you believe it or not, man, things is not going to continue as they are. The only thing that's going to continue is the decline and the destructive nature of this place, man. You got that was on it? I got it. 2 more words.
Animosity, bitter resentment.
Yeah, animosity and what? Bitter resentment. I wish I would have never. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it happened for a reason. You got a lot.
Backing up that carnality, Galatians 5, I start with 18. But if you be led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery.
If I may, because if you in the Spirit, you're going to have that mental capability to breathe around those different things, man. You got to really get.
Yep. It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these. This goes in the carnality. Adultery. Adultery, of course, goes into what? Sleeping with another man's wife. All right. Adultery in the spiritual sense, worship other idols. It says, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, and lasciviousness. Uncleanness goes into what? Sexual immorality, lasciviousness, lustful pleasures. Right? That's what happened to Jacob coming out of ancient Egypt. They were pretty much controlled by their own lust. So the Lord gave them over to that. You know? So they wanted to do what? They wanted to stay in Egypt. They wanted to go back to Egypt. So your lust can draw your ass away from Yahweh Shemel Shah. It could be in the form of money, women, clothes, and hoes, status. And you want to be somebody in this world, you know, those are all lustful desires. They had to be mortified. All right? It goes on to say idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variations.
If I may, just going back into witchcraft, because I know a bride one time she was spoke up on some money, and the bitch actually went to a witch. Motherfucker told that bitch to burn some cinnamon or some shit like that. Every person could have went. And she just shows you that she didn't have patience. You know, ultimately, instead of her just praying unto the Lord, she went to a witch like Saul did. The Lord said he ain't got no God, no power alive in Israel. Just showing you when Jake is in a hard manner, or when you down and out, they ain't gonna look at God. They ain't gonna look at the Heavenly Father that made you. They're gonna look at carnal outlets. they're gonna look at fleshly outlets because that's gonna make you feel good. You lay on your bills, if you know, for lack of better words, instead, Lord, please help me pay my bills. And it happened for what, Lord? But instead of you saying, let me go to a witch, let me pay a witch. I got $200. Instead of me using that $200 to put on my light bill, I'm gonna pay a witch to tell me what to do, man. Showing you how ass backwards and also how being in your flesh really distract your what's the word I'm looking for? It's distract your thinking, man. Your mental, man, and your judgments. You know, when you're in the flesh, your judgment is not as keen as it was in the spirit. Just going back into that man that had that God, that good pearl, he was in the spirit because he saw all that he had. He saw all those fleshly things, so he can invest in that one thing. But a nigga who don't have that keen eye or that spiritual eye, he would have held on to those fleshly things and basically skipped over from a thing that could have saved their life. You got it, Rob.
Yeah, if I may say too, because witchcraft also goes into a rebellion. Rebellion is that's what the sin of witchcraft. So when you rebel against the order that the Most High set up, you commit witchcraft, whether you know it or not. Galatians 5:20, I'm reading from NLT. It says idolatry, sorcery, hostility, quarreling, fight, jealousy, outbursts of anger, selfish ambition, dissension, division. No, so outbursts of anger, selfish ambition. You can't be in this thing doing your own will, seeking for preeminence. Like you see certain guys doing, they don't want to follow order, but they're going out about doing their own thing as children, and you start to see results of doing that, man. All right, they're being cast down in the midst of the congregation. It goes and say envy, drunkenness, wild parties, goes in the rebels, right? And other sins like these. So let me tell you again, as I have before, that anyone living that sort of life will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So these are pretty much the workings of the flesh, right? The carnality aspect of it. So when you walk in the spirit, you're not motivated and entangled within the lust of America. But whatever you at, these things are what's resistant. This is a part of you keeping your garment always white, unspotted from the world, and presenting yourself holy in the Son of Yahweh Shema Shah. So if you are still entangled within this world, and you got a spot on you, man. Seeking your own endeavors, you're trying to continue your own, whatever you got going on for another 5 to 10 years, 20, 30 years, whatever. Set up another resting place for your children in the future. Think you're going off, man. Committing adultery, sleep with another man's wife. You're tipping your wife out. You're going off, nigga. People are gonna kill you for that. They should repent. Okay.
This is Romans 1:28, and it reads, and even as they did not like to retain Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Kind, just like the Ak was saying, man. When you're not in this truth, man. When you're not occupied in the word, man. Hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he searched the minds, man. He already know what your thoughts is about, man. He already know what you after, man. So if he see that you like the Ox said, right? You refusing his word, man. You're not
fast.
Kind. You're not putting Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai as a priority, man. Right? Because when you do, he put you as a priority, man. Right? So when you're not doing that, man, hey, he give you up to whatever. Whatever it is, man. He let you have it, okay? He put you in a trick bag, basically, man. Okay?
Video man, it's nice. But that's why it says it was a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. He said ways that seem right unto the man, but the end thereof is death. And Yahweh Shai set up this scenario, man. Right?
I say, he that be filthy, let him be filthy still.
That's it.
Until that hammer come down.
Yeah.
You got sir. All right. This is this is 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15.
Okay.
It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. He just backing the brothers up, man. The things of the office of the going into the Galatians chapter. All those things of the world. But yet you see that's what's on forefront here in America. Even witchcraft, you see, and all these the lust of the eye, niggas just want to be, on the next big thing. But yet the Lord, he's against that, man. You see, because we're in a humbling state. The Lord said, before honor, there's humility. You see, so as a process we going through, where the Lord gonna put us on a level, man. We ain't gotta try to do shit for Esau. You see? If I may continue, it says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. See? So all these things, really what you see on the forefront here in America, you know, a woman being more invested in her body than anything else, a nigga being more invested in his money than his relationship. Hey, because the Lord said, it's worth paraphrase, a man first happiness, well, a man can't be happy without wisdom. You know, roughly paraphrasing, man. See? So your first love should really be wisdom. Yeah, happy is he that find the wisdom. You know, not money. You see? Because the ultimate, because that wisdom is gonna lead to deliverance. You know? But yeah, that's a
Like it's funny because like the scripture say, for money answer for all things. That's pretty much the source of peace in the society. So when you look around these people and everything that they dwell in, it's really centered around obtaining some kind of form of money, fame, or fortune. You know, you get the money, you get the power, you get the women, whatever. You know, so this is ultimately going to be a snare. So the Lord is saying, don't love the world, because if you do, then what's going to be the end result? You're going to try to keep that shit, and there's going to be a chip presented, mandated, you know, to obtain, maintain your lifestyle or whatever. Then you just got to take the chip, man. That's why the Lord said, hey, don't love nothing in the world above me. Eventually, what you going to do, man? You're going to forsake the Lord, and then you're going to go and take a chip and be destroyed.
And because the chip is going to be pushed forth on the corner outlet. Right. That chip is going to do what? It's going to play on the flesh. You know, whether it be you get extra benefits or whether it be you can eat. Even then, what's one of the main things they're pushing out? You can walk again. You can see again, showing you that this device is going to play on the flesh. Because while this is a fleshly kingdom that we're living in. Real quick,
this is beautiful, by the way. It says lust refers to a very strong, intense craving or desire.
Yes, they're a very strong or intense craving or desire. That's how you know niggas gonna take the chip because they hungry.
That's that word temptation in Revelation the 3rd chapter. You know, when you go into that word temptation, it takes you back to being tried by your outward circumstances.
The flesh.
Yep.
That's all it is, the flesh, man. That's why again, read it again.
Lust refers to a very strong, intense craving or desire.
Yeah, intense craving or desire, you got it.
All right, man. Hey, if you're not craving salvation, man, if you're not desiring a crown, right? If you're not desiring how about shine, man, then you desiring death, man.
Right. You got it. You got it, Michelle.
I made Matthew brothers up. This is Matthew 16 and verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Yeah, Matthew 16 and 25. Okay. I'm gonna read it again. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
If I may, this nigga Sakari, man, Alizé. You know, this nigga's on y'all told us. No, man, Yahweh Shai told us, man. To put him first. If anything gonna hinder us to push the gospel, we supposed to push it to the side. But niggas don't have that understanding. People don't have that spiritual outlet to see. Show them that the world would even admit that he give it to you, nigga. Because if it was, you would have read this scripture. You got it, bro.
Yep, it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
And that's why Alice and Deacon bugging out, man. Because guess what? They sold everything they had. They gave away this truth, man. They basically sold their soul just so you could be on a podcast with that nigga Adam 22. A faggot, man. Just so you can create a whole new ministry called TGC and get exposed by your wife 6 months later, man. This is what you did. You turned your back on the Lord for this outlet, man. But well done for you, nigga. You got it, bro.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Come on, man.
Hey, if I may, because these niggas, you invested in America, man. What's gonna lead up to you taking that seat here, man? You know, and what's that's gonna lead up to? A great destruction, man. You being put into the lake of fire. You gave your soul over unto this place, man. You see, scriptures talk about how we carry a bag with holes in it. You know what I mean? These niggas sell out for this little money, you know, this monopoly money. You know, but ultimately that shit leads you up to death, man.
That's
Like,
it.
all that shit gonna go down the drain. The scriptures speak about how the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. You and your money and your career gonna fucking melt, man. And that's thus saith the Lord.
Right.
You got it, bro.
You got to
God, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, and verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
That's it.
Hey, man, so your money's not going to be able to save you, man. You niggas that sold out, you know, for them little crumbs, you know, that's not going to be able to save you, man, when the famine hit. You know, when these pestilence come down, okay? When these troops come in like a flood, man. You know, your riches ain't gonna be able to save you, man. You're not gonna be able to buy your way out, you know, of these certain situations, man. You know, that's why it's important to continue to serve your how about Shimmy Shai, man. It's like,
Hey, Hey, just adding to your point, man. Papa Gashad, get that Haggai 2:8. Haggai 2:8. I can't. Because at the same time, all these riches and all this money that we have don't mean nothing. Hold on real quick. You got it.
I gotta get that. This is Ezekiel 7 and verse 19. It says they shall cast their silver in the street.
They shall cast their silver in the streets. Come on now.
And their gold shall be removed.
And their gold shall be removed. Telling you that these corner riches is not going to mean nothing, man. It's going to be removed because it's going to be a time, especially once that microchip come out, that dollar will be worth nothing. And in order for you to buy and sell, you're going to have a tiny little device inside you, man. A microchip. This is a thing that Elon Musk is trying to push forth. George Soros, Bill Gates, this is a part of that New World Order, man. But people don't realize it until it's too late. Until your money worth this, man. You try to buy a pack of chicken, it's $200 damn, man. But if you got the chip, it's only 25 cents. That's what they gonna play on, man. You got it.
Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them.
Yeah, their silver and their gold should not be able to deliver you, man. Come on.
In the day of the wrath of the Lord.
Yeah, this nigga think they're gonna Chris Brown, he got a bunker. This nigga Boosie, you know, he got a homestead and a bunker and shit. Chris Brown, they got a bunker. Rick Ross and all these things. You got all this money for that damn defense system, but it's not gonna deliver you, man. You got it.
Yeah, it's in the NLT, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. Wisdom and money can get you almost anything.
Wisdom and money. That's it. It ain't just say wisdom or money. It says wisdom and money can get you almost anything. You got it.
It says, but only wisdom can save your life.
But only wisdom can save your life, man.
That's right.
Having a win. It's not no ordinary wisdom of just being a mechanic, but a wisdom of your how about Shai. The wisdom of the scriptures and the wisdom of the things that's pleasing to the Lord, bro. You got it.
Yeah. Skip down to 14. It says, enjoy prosperity while you can, but when hard times strike, realize that both came from the Most High. Remember that nothing is certain in this life.
That's it. Nothing is certain. America is not solid, man. America was actually built upon a land full of sand. So ultimately, you can't really invest into this place because why? It's going to go down, man. That's a bad one, huh? You got it, bro.
Yep. Going back. Ezekiel 7 and verse 19 again, if I may. They shall cast their silver in the street. Their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them. In the day of the wrath of the Lord, they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to be satisfied with these carnal desires, man. I'm thinking you're just going back into this food, man. The money that you sold out for, you ain't gonna really be satisfied with it because you're gonna have the realization you sold out the nation, man. You ultimately sold your soul for really just a couple coins, man. In a period of time when you the guy for 1 second, and when Lord willing we be a part of the number, we're gonna be the guy for eternally, man. Woo. That's what his whole him and Alizé, that's what their whole ministry was based on. Gms, Apostle how he gonna retire and we the new guys. Man, fuck that, man. Niggas don't even prophesy about the downfall of Babylon no more, man. You know? But that was on that. You got I'll get that art.
Yeah. I got an article real quick from News Break. It says top economists warn U.S. economy is more fragile than it looks. The situation is tenuous.
Yes, it says it's more fragile than when it's looked. Bible Gashad, could read a little bit on that, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to this word tenuous. It says tenuous is of a connection, association, very weak or slight, not strong or secure. You know, just back in the brother say this place is built on sand, man. You know, this place is not secure enough for you to invest in it. And this you ain't in the 50s, man. You see, it ain't like you got a fucking like you can look out the windows and you can see a future here, man. The Lord tell you out the windows, you look out the windows, it be dark. You know, that's a form of the hope leaving, and you can see from job markets. The job market is pretty much becoming weaker. Trump and his administration, these niggas weakening the economy, man. But just go down into it. It says Moody's analytic chief economist Mark Zandi warned that the U.S. economy is growing below its potential.
Going below its potential. You got it.
Leaving it increasingly vulnerable to rising unemployment, persistent inflation, and broader slowdowns.
One word that stick out right there was persistent inflation.
Right.
That's the reason why gas is so damn high right now and other items, man. It is not just going to slow down, it's going to increase. You got it.
Yeah. It says the economy is growing, but at a rate below its potential. So the situation is tenuous. Zandy said on a post, it says unless growth picks up, unemployment will rise and participation will fall. At the same point, undermining growth altogether.
Yeah, because ultimately, what it's basically saying it's unstable. It ain't
Right.
going over.
Right.
It ain't doing the things that it did once before. Because why? It said it's let it in. It's in the casket. Only thing you can do is this. You know, you got to read some more on
Is it on that?
Can't read it.
This is Zephaniah 1 and 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling,
It's spirit, art.
and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills.
Now, what that's talking about is this a great economic crash, a second one. That's going to be even more devastating than the one that was in 1929. And way more devastating than the one in 2007. The one in 2007 went nothing but just a damn Band-Aid. But again, the one that we're coming into right now is going to be a great crashing from the fish gate. You know, the different stock market, these different higher ups, the people on Wall Street and shit, they're going to, when the dollar fell, once that $1 value equals into zero, guess what? Niggas going to be killing themselves, man. Left and right, because they ain't going to be able to take the downfall of America. Continue on, though.
How, ye inhabitants of Maktesh.
Now, Maktesh is an ancient civilization that was a marketplace for a lack of better words, man. And what now, matter of fact, not America as a whole, but even New York, Wall Street, what is that? That's a modern day Maktesh. Because there's a lot of men, merchant men, buying and selling things. That's why it says, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh.
Right.
That's a part of that article. These niggas howling. Yeah. The economy is going down, you know.
Lord said how the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Yeah, the keepers of the house shall tremble. You know, you got it.
For all the merchant people are cut down.
Yeah, for all the merchant people are cut down. Come on.
All they that bear silver are cut off.
Yeah, so the dollar is going to ultimately lose its damn value, man.
Yes.
You know, and once it loses value, it's only a matter of time before they push forth out the chip.
Right.
That's their main thing. They're going to crash the dollar in order to push forth that tiny little device, man. You know, anybody got something?
Yes.
You got it. Not that job.
Yeah, just backing up the economy. It says economists flags are proof of imminent economic collapse. One exacerbated by Trump.
Yeah, it says, what is it again?
Yeah, it says economist flags hard proof of imminent economic collapse.
The economic collapse right here, it says it's imminent.
Yeah.
Which meaning what? It's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do to stop the will of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
It says one exaggerated by Trump. And just to go into that word exaggerated, it says make a problem, bad situation, or negative feeling worse.
Yeah, so that negative feeling in that bad situation is the fall of the US dollar.
Yeah.
It's no coincidence that the US economy is better, man. And niggas is going by their everyday life. Niggas think things are gonna change the same. But it only takes a matter of hours, really a matter of seconds for shit to go upside down. Overnight, man.
If I make, and the very man that they voted for, thinking that this nigga was gonna make America great again, this was the perfect candidate. You know, he's a good businessman. this nigga worsened the condition for you.
Yeah, because he's selfish.
Yeah.
You know, it was an article that just came out. This nigga moved $2.7 billion into his own personal account.
Oh, yeah.
Real shit. This nigga moved $2.7 billion out of taxpayers' money into his own account. How the hell you do that?
3-story.
What should a covetous man do with money?
That's it.
And Trump already made mention that he don't care about your financial situation. These niggas out to get theirs, man. They don't give a fuck about you regular, everyday redneck Edomites from America.
Yeah.
You know, y'all gonna get it too. This man is for his own benefit. He been approached with a deal from the elites.
Yeah.
You know, to deliver him from this situation. You know, but we see that he's been used to systematically bring down America. If I may, Isaiah 24:9 and NLT. Gone are the joys of wine. Matter of fact, we started. Nah, bro,
Get up right now. You gotta get. Hey, get that form. Isaiah 24.
Yeah, started 5. Yeah. Oh, okay, God, yeah, okay. Yeah, you can start here.
Yep,
Go down with it.
Yeah, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and verse 5. And it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Right, so Esau is currently inhabiting the earth, and the earth is defiled because that's why they're talking about climate change. You know, that's a problem. Yeah, there's too much CO2, dioxide in the air, pollution, all of that, because of these chemical plants. You know what I'm saying? You got GMO food, people getting sick, cancer is at its highest rate ever, AIDS at its highest rate ever, death is at its highest rate ever. Why? Because of the rulers. That's what I brought about earlier. You know, Squad the 10th chapter. You know, unwise king pretty much destroyed his people. Yeah.
It says because they have transgressed the laws.
Right, they transgress the laws. The laws represent life. Root the 4th chapter goes into that. All they keep it shall come to life. Yep.
Changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Right.
Therefore, have the curse devoured the earth.
Yep.
They dwell there, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
Yeah, so the curse has devoured the earth. Now, what do you do with a curse or a counsel? Well, you gotta root it out. You gotta burn it out. There's a thing called chemotherapy. Like the other corner off all this goes into, you know, there's gonna be like a spiritual radio. What you call it? No. When you we have chemotherapy. What? Yeah. You know, when you burn out the council, that's a problem. That is pretty much spread abroad the earth. You got it, bro.
And he says, therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men are left.
Hey, the Lord got no other choice. Like during the time of Noah, he had no other choice but to just flood the shit. You know, and save a few souls. So we're in that same time again, but this time it's gonna be in the way of fire. That shows you what to do out of the Most High. Versus water as a cleaning agent, but also you got fire as a cleaning agent. You see? You're gonna burn America to its core. Yeah. You can skip down. Matter of fact,
It says the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth. All merry-hearted do south.
Yeah, those who were once married that took us down, they're signing right now. At one point, there was joys that, you know, Israel was under their feet. But now you're seeing Jake get some kind of footing up on themselves, even though they're not in the spirit. Started to see Jake comfort rise up. You know, Edomite women. You know what I'm saying? I was starting to hearken on Jake. You know, gravitate on the Jake. That's a sign Esau's downfall. Yeah.
The mirth of the tavern ceased.
That mirth, party spirit, this shit's gone. Yeah.
The noise of them that rejoice in it.
Yep.
The joy of the heart ceases.
Yep. Well,
they shall not drink wine with the song.
I read it in a
Kind. Isaiah 24 and verse 9 NLT. Gone are the joys of wine and song.
Yeah, gone are the joys of wine and a song. What is wine for? Rejoicing. Or beer. All right? You're having a good time. What do you want? You want to drink, man. Not for drinking because they're bitter because of the situations. You know, strain. You know, there's a lot of financial strain. People ain't able to pay their mortgage or rent. You know, they calculate what they're gonna spend on food, how much they're gonna be able to keep, what they need to spend on next, and there's a lot of stress. So people are drinking, you know, because of these conditions. You know, you got
alcoholic drink turns bitter in the mouth.
Yeah. That's America. Yep.
The city rife in chaos.
The city rife in chaos. That's what's coming. A complete collapse like we was going into. There should be a great crash from the hill. It ain't even got bad yet. For real, you need to still go out and get a, get your everyday necessities. Eventually, shit you depend on. A dollar phone with what you depend on. Hey, Lord gonna take all that shit away, man. And you're gonna be reduced to even playing. Everybody can put on the same color level, the rich and the poor. You got it?
Every home is locked to keep out intruders.
Yeah, locked up, out intruders. Because, when society collapses, you're going to be doing what? Robbing and looting, stealing, killing, trying to get a piece of bread, man. Saying that is with 15 or 16, 15 chapter go into that. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a very dangerous time. But these are the conditions that's coming to America. They're going to bring it to its ears, and you people be begging for answers. Yeah.
Mobs gather in the streets, crying out for wine.
Yeah. Riding, people in the street protest. Said they crying for what?
Crying out for wine.
Crying for wine. Wine represents answers as well. All right? People don't want to know what the hell's going on. Why is my system failing me? Well, nigga, we told you that America was falling. You don't want to take heed. So when it hit your ass, hey, we told you. Don't come back to us, man. Yeah.
Joy has turned to gloom.
Yep.
Gladness has been banished from the land.
Yeah, joy is going to be turned into gloom. You're starting to see that right now. You got a lot of people on TikTok, these social media sites, lashing out, especially so-called black ones, right? You didn't even care, They're crying out because of the conditions. This is a sign of the Lord, pretty much bringing the end to that murder and causing sorrow to take place of that. So what are we doing, in return? When somebody gets robbed 25 himself.
I got something for you.
Got it.
God, this is the book of Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth.
Yeah, it's like we in our youth right now. We've been reborn and we in our youth. So remember our creator in the days of our youth. Got it?
While the evil days come not,
Yep.
nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Yeah, because we understand the report. We know that only evil is coming. So it's like we always had it in the back of our mind. Remember what the Lord said is going to happen. We don't get caught into the ways of America. Get a little money, you still know the destruction coming. That shit can't draw you back into the world. So behind all that murder, all right, there's still a sense of sorrow. Like, damn, Lord, please save us. So we're preparing ourselves for what the family, society collapse, great death of mourning, So we're not forgetting about the report. Yep.
God. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened.
Yeah, those are metaphors for the truth being taken away. Truth is comparable to light, like God and light. When that gets taken away, man, you ain't gonna have no kind of direction. Yeah.
It says, nor the clouds return after the rain.
The rain is falling right now, performing this word. We're gonna take the clouds away. The rain stop, the world start going out, deal with it. You're gonna be seeking for some kind of relief. It's not gonna be there. It's gonna be a desert all over again now. Yeah.
It says, in that day, when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Yeah, your economists. You got reports about the economists trembling right now. We just read the reports. See? They understand what the hell is going on and where this place is headed. But you simple niggas, you not. Yeah.
It says, and strong men bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
Yeah, job loss. Houses being shut in the streets. People being kicked out from the streets, man. Like, what do I do now? Or that perplexity, 21 and 25. You don't know what to do, where to go, who to see. You know who to see, but you can't find a problem. So you just can be out there left to your own devices. So whatever council you're bargaining to, you're going to depend on it for survival. And it ain't going to pan out well for you. See? Got up.
It says, and those that look out the windows be dark.
Yes, when this shit collapse, you ain't going to have no fucking hope in America. You're going to be like, damn, this is it. You're going to be depressed. Like, fuck. You should have listened. But on the flip side, you got the hopeful thing. You have a foresight that's now this current world. So when this shit go dark, that's the time when the Lord's gonna put in work. That's when the time when miracles gonna take place. That's
Yeah, this second Ezra 5 verse 1. It says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Yeah, that's good. So you start to see what's the signs right now. You got certain legislation first and foremost being set up. Take the word on the street and then sign off in Canada, but the C, man, the bill C-19 something like that. You know, banning the Bible, hate, because of hate speech or something like that. They even step and tokens and signs that the Lord's gonna take away his word. So it says that many people should matter of fact, read it again, barbershop.
Yep. Second Ezra 5 and 1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number.
Yeah, many gonna die. Yep.
And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Right, the land's gonna be barren of faith. The truth gonna be hidden. What's that? Ezekiel calls that tongue to cleave into the roof of thy mouth. Amos 5 and 13. You know, somebody get that real good that Amos 5 and 13. I forgot to quote it. Because of the evil time. Yeah.
5 and 13.
Yeah.
This is Amos 5 and 13. Therefore, the prudent shall keep silence in that time.
Yeah, the prudent having foresight. You understand what time you're in, man? We utilize wisdom, and we're not gonna be out here to correct Jake by the time you get bad. Yeah.
Oh, you want that right here? You got right here?
Therefore, the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time.
What is a what?
Evil time.
Evil time, a bad time. Ezekiel 75, only evil is coming, man. See, when society continues to crumble, you know, there is no hope out here. You're gonna find us out here trying to prove Jake who's wilding out, robbing and looting and shooting and killing. Nah. A prudent man will see the evil, and then he do what? He hides himself. You know, so wisdom is gonna be the key of salvation. See? We need to care about you niggas out here killing each other, trying to save you niggas, man. You niggas had the opportunity. It's who made light of the world. So here's your recompense. Jeremiah the 15th chapter, they come unto you. Whither shall we go? Telling you right now where you're gonna be led into. Concentration camp, famine, death all around.
Keep 12 decent. Verse 14. Seek good and not evil, that ye may live.
Yeah.
And so the Lord, Yahweh, the God of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken.
Yes, the Lord say, hey, seek good. Good thing. It's going back into what the doctor. See? So you gotta seek what's pleasing to the Most High. So once you agree with that, now you clear yourself. Let's say Ezekiel 94. You see it at the wow. It makes you what exempt from judgment, man. So you got angels now watching over because you walk to the testimony of our shot. That's gonna preserve you in the time of trouble, man. When the lights go out and there's a famine, when there's anarchy, women are being raped in the streets, niggas are wilding out, demons and monsters and apparitions all in the streets, man. You're gonna be covered. It's gonna get real nasty, bro. That's it. That was it on that.
Yeah, second Ezra 5 and verse 2. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
Yep. It's gonna only intensify. Yep.
And the land that thou seest now to have root, should thou see wasted suddenly.
Yes, suddenly. First Thessalonians 5th chapter goes into that. It's sudden destruction. You know, but that's pretty much stepping points up to that moment of America's great overthrow. Revelation 18 goes into it. You know, famine. Let's get the real. Revelation 18. So
There's a book of Revelation. There's a book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 7. It said, how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Yeah, this talking about America. You got to reach on the back of the Israelites, man. Yeah.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, this is the preparation. Lord's going to torment America because of what they did to his holy people. You niggas don't even consider that. Yeah.
For she said in her heart, I said a queen, I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Yeah, that's the pride of America. You brought out a pride going before destruction. These other former kings, they never thought that they would go down. You know, you go back into what the Assyrian, the Babylon, Assyrian Babylonian Empire, go to the Medo-Persian, the Greeks and the Romans. They never thought that they would fall. Why? Because they was in the power seat. But what did the Lord do? He took them all down, man. It was all prophesied they would go down. What makes you think that America's any different? Or which America is just an extension of modern Rome. It's a modern day version of Rome, man. And this place was known as the mother of harlots. So you don't think the Most High got it out for America? You niggas are stupid. You know? Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Yep.
Death and mourning
Hey.
and famine.
Hey.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, who judges her.
Yeah, because if you want to really make somebody feel pain, you torture them, man. You know, you don't just put them out there misery, a gunshot to the head. 1 second, he gone. No, you chop them up, you beat them up, slice them up, make them feel that shit. So they remember. That's what America's going to go through.
Cartel.
Yeah, that's what the cartel do, bro. You know, they want you to feel and remember that pain. They want you to scream in agony. That's what America's going to go through. That mercy being taken away, you starting to feel those blows from Yahweh by Shema Shah. So it says famine. That's going to be one of the major blows. All right? Great death or pestilences. I'm starting to see new pestilences.
1,000 ways to skin a cat.
Yeah, it's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. Right? Or death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
See?
Torment.
Going to dwell the water. Dwell in torment. See? You niggas who hearken to America, you're going to dwell in these torments and not be protected.
Yeah, this is Baruch 4 in verse 34. Matter of fact, I'm starting verse 33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall.
Yeah, because they got fat off the backs of the Israelites, man. You niggas rejoice over that, man. Now you got those who are resurrected in the spirit crying out for justice. And the Lord is working. Yeah.
It says, and was glad of thy fall, so should she be grieved for her own desolation.
So if I may say, what should be your mindset knowing that the Most High is recompensing America on your behalf? Since they oppress you, you should be what? Joyous. Right, 25 and 7, right? There be 9 things I've judged in my heart to be happy. The man have, joy of his children. He didn't live it to see the fall of his image, man. So you shouldn't be there instead of mourning because you might be losing shit. Nigga, smoking dead to America. And renewed in life, you get how it shine with this and tell them what the world to come to the kingdom of heaven. You got it.
It says, for I will take away, it says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
Yeah, and it's only intensifying. It's only increasing. More people are bugging out. Love and men is starting to really wax cold. People are spazzing out of a little nothing these days. Why? Because they can they can't take it. They're becoming more psychotic. They crash out, man. This is what's going to produce those perilous times. People put their trust in America, you're going to start to see people do very strange things, man, for a little nothing. Really for survival. They're going to be really beast-like, Yeah.
It says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
Yeah. So this is pretty much a precept of Revelation 18, where America would go through these torments, famine, death. She shall be utterly burnt with fire. That's talking about the Lord capped it off with thermal destruction. So in the midst of World War III, this whole entire land will be part of this misery. We're gonna beat the shit out the whore and then set the bitch on fire, man. And you don't want to be here. Why are you doing it? Isaiah 50, 26, Jeremiah 50, 26.
Dealing with the plagues. If I may. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 5. And it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
What?
For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
And it's because of who? America. Jeremiah 50:27, I believe, that we're gonna go into, you know, because America is the cause of the fall of all the people of the earth, because they're the ones who in power, who pretty much are able to enforce the laws, and the standard in the earth. That's why you got niggas in China, with a two-piece suit on. Got McDonald's over there in Egypt. Why? Because they want to be like America. The marks, they use that military and that money, they to rule the earth predicted, man. This is why the whole earth is fucked up, because Esau has set his standard right here in America. This is where the seed of wickedness is planted.
Real quick. It's Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms, of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredom.
Yeah, her philosophy, man. Right. This how they buy out these nations. We offer a peace deal. If you let us come in and set up our democracy, if you don't want to get down, if we send an economic hit, man, take out your leader and we'll put up a puppet master. That's how they always got down, man. But they got the hammer of the earth. Were able to enforce their will on people.
It says that selleth the nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts.
The Lord's against you niggas, man. He's against the most proud. All right? You don't know by now that America is known as the most proud. The few proud in Marines, proud to be in America. You niggas take that as a snap of approval. You wear it as a badge. That proud shit. And we know the Most High hates pride. So you niggas vicariously, you put yourself in the way of the Most High to be punished.
And I will discover thy skirts upon the face, so like upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness.
Yep. And that's what's happening right now. America's being well exposed. The Lord is showing all the nations her inner dealing, how she really gets down. She's really not for your peace. She's only there to conquer and to gain. And it's sucking the nations dry. But it speaks about that leech. They cry, give. That's Esau using America to suck the nation dry. And now the nation pissed off, like, damn, we need to do something about this whole, man, because if not, she's going to kill us all. Right? That's why they all going to band together and be like, nah, let's go ahead and shoot the bitch. With the ICBM that we got, we saying that they're strong in World War III. And that's what's going to cap this shit off, man.
If I may add, that's why these niggas so worried about Iran. One thing they try to do with their Gulf hormones thing and things like that. One of the things that one of the reasons why they still open up because of nuclear weapons, man. And even when it goes back into Bush days, Desert Storm in early 2003, the Afghanistan war, the reason why they went in there was what? The weapons of mass destruction. Well, who the one that really got the weapon of mass destruction? Esau Edom, and the reason why he don't want the other nation to have it, because he know they'll basically put everybody on a level playing field. Feeling with the Joel, let the weak say I am strong. Yeah, that was on looking more.
Add on to what I'm saying, because Esau put himself in the street bag. That's it. He set a snare for himself. Street by his own council cast him down. Like, how the hell all these other countries now got nuclear weapons? Then you supposed to use that for your advantage. Taking the world. Now you got these other nations with the same shit you got, and they ain't buzzing no more. They banding together. The arrows are now aimed at the persecutors, man. See it?
It says, I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vow, and will set thee as a gazed stock.
That's a common thing with the Most High, how he gets down. He first reveals an individual or a nation first, and then he brings forth the judgment. So revealing justifies the judgment. Everybody knows that America's corrupt. This is pretty much a problem of the earth. So what is Most High gonna do? Seeing what he did with Sodom and Gomorrah, that corrupt place. He's gonna burn it. This whole landscape of America will be burned by thermonuclear fire. And World War III is in the Bible. We still waiting on that day because we depend on ships. They call them alien UFOs and shit. No, these are the chairs of Most High. That Yahweh is coming back to beam with the electro.
Yeah, yes, brother. That's something. You got. It's Psalms 92 and 7. Psalms 92 and 7. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever.
Yeah, Lord shall cut down Esau. All right, they shall put down some grass. Oh yeah. Hey, the snakes are being seen now, man. The spirit. Yeah. Yeah. He's been uncovered. He can't hide himself no more than tall grass. You know? So it's like
I can add to your point, man. It says when the work of iniquity do flourish, man. Because right now we in the time of do what you want to do, man. You know, everybody just you know, just doing what they want to do, man, living it up in folly, man. You know, and the scriptures say that when the wicked walk on every side, when the violence man is exalted, man. And that's what's going on, man. You know, all these Epstein's guys, you know, they are exalted, man, but they are the vilest, man. They are the base, man. See, they the filthiest, man. But these people exalt them people, man. You see, and that's why they are the standard here in Babylon, man. People look up to that bull crap, man.
I got some quick, real quick. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, in Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. And the reason why the Lord said, woe be unto Babylon and Asia, and into Egypt and Syria, because these are one of the main countries that's taken out of America, man. That's taken after America. Because that's what Esau is really doing. He's taking the power from the Western Hemisphere and trying to move it over to the Middle East, man, and ultimately China too. Because that's why China comes forth with their social credit score and things like that. But again, that's why I says, woe be unto you, because you're going to get the same judgment as the whore, because you're following after the whore, man. You know? Yeah, the neighboring cities round about, just like the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah in the neighboring cities, he's going to destroy America in the neighboring cities, man. Because again, even though they might fuss and fight, they all got that same mindset of trying to get that new world order off the ground.
If I may add, because it's really like a race for energy, you know, because that's also gonna be that spearhead to the end of your niggas that AI shit, man. You know, but that take a lot of energy, a lot of water being drawn for those databases, you know, to create those C-hips. See, different diseases being pushed out there to put the people in panic so they can present it, you know, and all these nations really jockeying for that ruling seat, man. But the Lord, like the Lord tell you, when he returned, he's gonna he wore on his head was many crowns, you know, because when he returned, man, he's coming to destroy these governments. The Lord ain't gonna make no alliance with you niggas, man. You know, if you just put me first, oh, the Lord gonna destroy you, and like Esau threw you. He fucked you over, then he set his standard up, and the Lord finna do that to all these nations, man. He gonna destroy them, and he gonna set the elect up. You see, and when you read Isaiah the 2nd chapter, the nation's gonna have to come to the elect for the sake of counsel and judgment, resources, you know, all sorts of things, man. You know, and like the Lord say, at the top of the head is gonna be the nation of Israel. See what you got.
Which I will make my officers peace. You know, because that law is gonna produce peace, man. You know, future government's gonna set the earth in order. Speak about that with their welfare of the world. You know, so this is what we wait on, man. Because Esau, he gonna do shit but fuck everything up to the point where everybody died. Unless the Lord came back. That's scripture. You know? So the Lord has shown no days, no flesh to be saved. So why the hell you think we out here every goddamn week prophesying against Esau? Because you trying to get the hell up out of it for this nigga killers. See it. You know? You niggas don't understand what he's about.
Yeah, this Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 5, it says, in the hand of Yahweh Shema Shah is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribes shall he lay his honor.
Yeah, that's a prophet. Right? Scribe is a prophet. So that honor comes out of Yahweh Shah. Said, you know, I'm gonna share my inheritance with my brother, man. So when the Lord comes back to destroy Esau, then that's when we're gonna be able to get our ship. Either out with 10 cities, well done, that good and faithful service. Either out with 5 cities. So, you know, it ain't like we're gonna be ruling these cities and weeks. promoting adultery, promoting ideology. No. That's why scripture says that everyone should walk in the name of his own God. Because when you go into it, it's really talking about those who set up over those cities, who come in the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, right? The future governors. So they're gonna Isaiah the 2nd chapter, they're gonna come to Zion and learn the law. And they're gonna see the benefits of doing the law, man. The benefits of what obedience, temperance, righteousness, man. How they're gonna be able to live. You're gonna have order in the household. A woman ain't gonna be full of against you. Strength. Yeah. You can walk outside and people, talk to your neighbor again. You can't trust nobody in Esau society, man. You don't know what the fuck the next door neighbor got going on. You got a fetish for dogs or babies. It's somebody's name. And then what Esau allows, man, an unwise king destroy the people because he allowed this shit to go on. He don't judge. Oh, was it scripture? The law is slack.
Back up the point of this Psalm 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
Yeah, Esau's the throne of iniquity. Yeah.
Which frameth mischief by a law?
Yeah, framing trouble by law. Right? This man Ford is unrighteous creed. Just so he can maintain his status in the earth. Lies, cheat, steals, blame Jacob. Yeah.
They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is my defense and my power. Yahweh Shema Shah is the rock of my refuge.
Yeah, so eventually, man, although Esau is working behind the scenes trying to destroy us, we still got hope in Yahweh Shema Shah. It was already pre this man's downfall. This man's inner work, his counsel, what he's trying to do. What he thinks he's gonna do, but the Lord said, nah, my counsel is fair, nigga. Said eventually, if you got a time and a date, Job 4:25, that you're gonna be overthrown and judged. I'm gonna sit up my righteous after Yahweh shadow the earth, man.
It says that he shall bring upon them their own iniquity and shall cut them off in their own wickedness.
Yeah, that's in rebellion. Bring upon them their own iniquity. That's an intense investigation. They're revealing before the judge, right? So when you see us out here, man, my apostle down, it's not no light thing. No, this is scripture. It says that we should cry unto the Lord because of the oppressors. And then he will send us a savior. Isaiah the 19th chapter.
Yeah. Yea, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, our power shall cut them off.
Oh, matter of fact, get on Psalm 54 and 5 real quick. Let's see how the Lord's cutting this nigga off, man.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 54 and verse 5. And it says, he shall reward evil unto my enemies. Cut them off in thy truth.
He cut them off with the truth. For a long time, truth was without fruit. Because truth is what Esau's kryptonite. It being revealed as the devil the Bible speaks of. All the atrocities man did being brought on account, and there's witnesses out crying out unto the Most High judge for justice. So that's a testimony out against Esau with this truth, man. That's why he's trying to regulate in there, because he knows that there's going to be a divine judgment because of what he did. So he's being cut off by the way of the truth. That's the reward of the wicked.
If I could add real quick, man, that goes to show you that the internet is a thing of the Lord, man. Because it's a gift and a curse. Curse to Esau, man. It reveals him, man, and what he tried to do is run away from who he is.
Yeah. His spirit, the depths of sound is in his ears.
Still back about people in the back about it, going back in the cane. Change his identity, change his landmarks, but now he's been found out. Jeremiah 4:19. But he can't hide himself.
Yep, I made it back. You brothers up. The 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, so this ain't talking about the Antichrist like these Christians say. They wait on one man to show up to be that ultimate anti-Messiah. Nah, this is talking about a nation of people who is known as the wicked. So we linked it over with Malachi 1 and 4. Esau Edom is a board of wicked. Or Job 9:24. Earth was given to the hands of the wicked. Like, who rules the world? So you got to put two and two together to find out who that's really talking about. So the wicked Edomites had to be revealed, so-called white man, and he would be exposed by the Lord's prophets. That's what's consuming these devils. But what's going to come after he be accused to the Most High? But the Lord's going to come back and destroy it. Chairs, the ICBL. This gonna be crying out for, man. Who tired about? Yeah, sick of this place, man.
It's like it was mentioned earlier, if this place continue on, man, everybody will die. Because that's the vibration they get pushed forth in this Western Hemisphere, man.
Yeah, because like wickedness, people don't shun wickedness no more. Everything has no standard. Boundaries are constantly being crossed, and people are rejecting scripts. They got a thing right now where they're trying to pass a law with, like, you can't call a mother anymore. You can't call a father anymore. Like, what the fuck? There's so much confusion.
And then, they showed you like a lot of dystopian films. They call them their birth parents. A lot of the times they're just for lack of better words, making test tubes, baby, so they can raise them on their own.
Right.
Because he's a Russian scientist. He made a bad point. He said, "You give me one control. You give me a control of one generation, and I'll conquer the world." And that's why you can see one of Esau's biggest fetishes is messing with the kids, man. Separate. Number one, he's gonna try to separate you from your parent. He's gonna try to make you disrespect your parent, make you not reference your parent, which is thus said the Bible, just so you can reference him more. You know.
Right to the man of the house, bro. There's no standing with you little niggas, man. Young niggas.
Yeah.
You know?
Soft.
Like the nigga, Deacon, not Deacon, but Brother Side. What's that nigga? So this box.
Fragile.
Soft ass tees.
Nigga walk with a switch.
Shit with a smack.
It's like coconut oil.
Nigga roll his eyes.
It's yeah.
Did you see?
Get a quick attitude. Somebody you gotta like the words.
You can see it. This line. Hold on, brother. Crazy. That's the emotion. Yeah. And that's the spirit why he couldn't get the scriptures in.
It is Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. It says it's like I want to get this off. Yeah, this second Timothy 3 in verse I'll start from the top. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." It's coming. It says, "For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." See, and this is what Esau's question. Like the officer was just going into this nigga. He's trying to separate you from your parents. To not make you look at your mother like a mother, your father like a father. But really, that's contrary to the Lord, man. Because the Lord tell you to honor thy mother and thy father. You see, but Esau, through his logic, he trying to do away with what the Lord wanted, man. And even in these perilous times, that's gonna cause a lot of things to cease, man. You see, that natural affection. The Lord tell you how the love of many is gonna wax cold. But yeah, it's gonna be from the things that Esau is gonna present. Because even famine, yes, it's sanctioned by the Lord, but Esau gonna be the one to orchestrate it, man.
Right.
When you go into his AI databases, that shit sucks water from the earth, and that's going to bring forth a lack of energy going into your grids. See, and even your fucking food, man. It's gonna be crops not getting irrigated. Your water gonna run dry. Your sewage gonna run dry. See, so he gonna put people in a condition where they can only act beastly, man.
I had too, bro. Like that's even spiritual, disobedience to parents, not only your mother and father, because it says honor wisdom as well. That's from your mother, something the rest, the father, on side. Because he the one that gave us the wisdom.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, Lord gave us teachers, prophets, elders, the bishops, people despise it. They look over the standing the most high sin, they talk shit about the apostles. So eventually, what happens to a rebellious kid to get put in the devil? Going to the law.
Yeah, let me skip over to 2nd Ezra 4, verse 26. It says, Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for this world hasted fast to pass away.
Yeah, this current world is hasting. You can see it. The Lord is speeding up time, man. That shows you how much the Most High is ready to get rid of America. He's speeding up the time as prophesied. Yeah.
It says, They cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come.
Yeah, that's what Paul was talking about. No eye have seen, no ear have heard the things which the Most High's promise to those who love him. Immortal body, immortality, right? Everlasting peace, tranquility, tranquility. You ain't got no word, no care, no word. It's lit. Travel planets.
Having fun, they could be on point. They don't go along with the understand.
Yeah.
Understand the script.
Yeah, it says they cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous and the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities.
Yeah, that's what we came down to the conclusion that this world is full of unrighteousness and corruption. Everything is a problem. You can't escape ill dealings of America, man. And the standing Esau city was always an issue here and there. You know, your diet fucked up. The water fucked the air fucked up, man. These niggas spraying chemtrails, you know. Yeah, you sick. They taking seeds out fruits, you know.
Yeah.
They trying to make the way you can't plant seeds on them.
Yeah.
You can't even fall. They want to cover them for all things. The food they give you is fucking, it's full of chemicals, man.
Poison our water, and then the water we gotta go get from them is fucked up too.
Yeah. Then you got the issue.
You gotta clear.
He's trying to make it illegal to do home remedies.
I was just about to say, then you can't collect the rainwater.
Nah, man, I see that.
Yeah, what you in for?
Yeah.
Collect your brain.
He's trying to live. Like your ass looking
Yeah,
for
That's how you know that nigga a greedy devil, man. He pouring the market on everything.
Yeah.
He's finna get ready to point the market on air. That's why you hear all of these things. They're talking about the CO2 emissions. Right. You gotta be aware of that shit, man.
Avoid a carbon footprint, you know.
Yeah.
You don't do so much before you get tagged. They take away your funds over there. You get restricted. You know.
You can't breathe, brother. That's $4.99.
You got the AC on 72. It's too hot. Turn that shit out. Shit, 80-something degrees.
He gonna take your car too. It ain't gonna be no gas car, so he gonna say that's polluting the air.
Yeah.
So he gonna put you in some electric so he can turn that shit off when he wants to.
Yeah, you get 15 minutes in, you want to get in the car to get away.
Yeah.
You can only go 15 minutes up the street. But then they might cut the shit out. You can't go nowhere.
That's why I drive you to the police station.
Yeah.
You
think he gonna get
You think he finna get away? I got something for him.
you think he making a
Motherfucker, the theft and the right and the theft. You at the police station. But it just shows you how this devil want complete control. He just he got all the rulership of the world. He can change the laws and legislations where he's complete control. He got chips in the cars. He got chips in your phone. Where he's complete control. He's putting a chip in you.
Yes.
That's why it's a thing called Internet of Things and the Internet of Everything. But none of that can't work unless it's people getting chipped, man.
Right.
You know.
It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Yeah, wait on destruction. Not yet come. Okay.
Says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and it be placed where the evil is sown, pass not away.
Yes, for the place. It's talking about a parable. See? Hey, what the evil is so? I was gonna bring out in Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon been a golden cup in Lord's hand and called all the earth to be polluted. You know, this is the place that's wrong with earth. Yeah.
Yeah, it says, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away.
Yep, pass away with what? A great noise. That's fulfilling 2 Peter 3rd chapter. The heavens pass away with a great noise. That's thermonuclear fire, man. Yeah.
Then cannot they come that is sown with good.
So unless this place get uprooted, turned upside down, then you can't expect good to happen. So any kind of peace that you're trying to obtain on this side, you ain't gonna find, man. There's always gonna be a problem. You may obtain riches, money, but your wife tripping. You know, you're sick. Sure to turn against you, whatever. You're always gonna be a fucking servant on Esau. Lord, man, this be king, man. See, not even taking order from Esau. He's a servant. Oh, that's fulfilling no. 35. 27. 27, yeah. Right. I made him thy Lord. See?
That's why you can from spirit, you can always see Jacob synonymous with kings. Say black king, black queen, and shit like that.
Right.
Esau is not synonymous with that, man. Showing you that we was always set up to be rulership.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Even a lot of the sayings they're saying here, we were really set up to be rulers, but how Esau distracted people's minds, and they can't really see straight. And that's going to be the perfect fulfillment of that Sirach 11. Ones that was never thought of won the crown. But if you look back at it, it was designated for the ones that was never thought of. Was the crown was designated for them from the beginning. You know?
And it shows you, and even at this lower state, we still got that somewhat kingly mindset. You know, they like the floss stuff. That's what we're gonna do in the kid. We're gonna glory in the nation. And that possesses back. See, we're gonna stuff and have gold chain, gold teeth, you know. You know, yeah. Jacob made the rule. Jacob made the rule, man. You can't put no fucking gold chain on Esau. Gold teeth and spit that shit, bro. You know, even Paul Wall, although Paul Wall and Jake, you know, we don't look right with that shit. He put like an eagle, but that shit fit Jake, bro.
Look better in chains.
Yeah.
And the Lord gonna do that. Say that he's gonna dress Israel up. That fine linen.
Yeah.
He's gonna deck us out. He's gonna bring back the beauty of Zion.
Place my feet glorious.
It's the spirit because we've been so down so long that we can't be, Jake built a high state. Compare this condition into the condition we was in Solomon, or Solomon was ruled, or the condition was when David was ruled. We even lower than we was when we was in the wilderness, man. You know, because the reason why we so low because our people don't know the Most High, and they ain't trying to get to know him. If he's in the wilderness, our people is trying to get to know the Lord. But here and now, they totally reject him in his ways. That's the reason why homosexuality is out here running rampant.
Right. You got it.
I got the This Ecclesia.
You can hold this one. You got. I must be reading.
Put it out. I actually got another one, but
You got it, bro. You got to get it.
First, this is Ezekiel 35. Now start from the top. It's NLT, and the headline reads, "A message for Edom." Again, a message came to me from the Lord, Yahweh, Son of Man, turn and face Mount Seir and prophesy against its people. Give them this message from the sovereign Lord. I am your enemy, O Mount Seir, and I will raise my fist against you to destroy you completely.
Got it up.
I will demolish your cities.
It's like that fist represents the house shot. See, right? That's that right hand. Beat down Esau. Yeah.
Give them. Select. And I will raise my fist against you to destroy you completely. I will demolish your cities and make you desolate.
Your cities. We're citizens. Citizens of America. Right. That's talking about America, son. Demolish. Talking about 5. And the chairs from the Most High. Yeah.
Then you will know that I am the Lord, Yahweh.
That's how the Lord's name gonna be glorified. Go ahead and bring that back out. Prove that point. This is how the Lord's gonna get his glory. You read St. John 12 and 28. Speaks about the Lord saying, Lord, I glorify that name. I know, but I will glorify it again.
Yeah, that's it.
It was first done back in ancient Egypt. But now we're in modern day Egypt. And this place gonna be completely uprooted and destroyed and demolished. people gonna know that it was how about Shimon Shah orchestrated this great destruction. Right. It's gonna live on forever in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. The Lord is known for by the
Just be executed. Forever memorial, just like Sonic Memorial. Remember that? It's gonna be everlasting. Yeah. Everlasting fire.
Verse 5. Your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless.
Right, right. So it keeps going back to what you niggas did to the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You have not paid any kind of justice to. You know, they still beg for fucking reparations at this point in the game. Then they gonna give you no fucking reparations. But we see why, you know, the Lord is putting the spirit on them not to do it because He's preparing them for judgment. He don't want you to. He don't want you to give. He don't want any kind of reparation on them. If you want to say judgment, be that much more satisfied. Yeah. I broke the hand like Birdman. I got you.
When I had already punished them for their sins.
See, they had took it forward what they supposed to. Most I said you do that. Why? So he can get your ass how he wanted to. But hey, you drunk too much at the bar. You had too much to eat. Now you got to pay up the tab. Nope. You got to.
God. As surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own.
Woo! That's gonna be a mess. So it speaks about how the land that is polluted with blood. Can we get that real quick? Get that number 35.
Yeah, I got you.
There's a lot of blood that's been shed on America that has not been covered. Right? It's not been recognized. Hold on. Hold on. It's war. Get a 35.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35, and verse 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Yeah, and America was polluted. Got it?
For blood, it defileth the land.
Yeah, the so-called black, Latino, Native Americans are known fact that a lot of blood was shed on the soils of America. Yeah.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein,
Right.
but by the blood of him that shed it.
He that shed a man's blood will by man shed his blood be shed. Right. So, you know, the Lord is preparing you people out there, you Americans, you Edomites, for destruction. It's Isaiah 14, prepare slaughter for his children. Hey, 48 niggas that fathers, man. So this is where we started to see escalate in the earth with World War III and the nukes being on the scene. The Lord's preparing a slaughter for the children of Israel. Yeah.
God, it just says, your turn has come.
Yep.
That spirit.
Yep.
Your turn.
Your turn. It's down in the daughter Eve. Yep. Right, don't get the curses. Rejoice and be glad on daughter Eve. Is it? Damn.
Yeah, I got that for you. Yeah. There's Lamentations chapter 4. Yeah. In verse 20, in verse 21, it says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Yeah. That dwellers in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
Yep.
Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt shall make thyself naked.
Yeah. So what the Lord is saying, you know, niggas out there who did all these atrocities to Jake, hey, rejoice, man. You better live it up while you can, because eventually you're gonna be aborted. I'm telling Jefferson and he said that it's like I look it up. I fear my people for this land because I know that most sides are just power or something like that. I could probably look it up and find it. Also, who was it? Kennedy, when Kennedy said that where the most sides black. So we had oppressed, you know. Somebody can find them two posts, barber shops. Yeah, and something.
Yep. It's Isaiah 14 and verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, or they fill the face of the world with cities. Right? So the Lord gonna prepare you niggas on the slaughter. So the mills were not created in vain. They were created to serve a purpose. To recompense you devils all the things you know that you're guilty of. You're filled with shameful glory, and you're eating out the back of the Israelites, man. Set you niggas up. You're standing on us. The Lord can knock you off, man. Yeah.
Yes, this is this quote from Thomas Jefferson. It says, "Indeed, I tremble for my country when reflect that the Most High is just."
Right.
It says that his justice cannot sleep forever, that considering numbers, nature, and natural means, and it's like in natural means only a revolution of a wheel of fortune, an exchange of situation is it's among possible events. It says that it may become probable by supernatural interference.
Supernatural. Now, who he's referring to? The Most High. But see, the Most High, man, they understand the Most High is a just power. When they go into the scripture, the Most High really puts evil. But they consider like what the hell we did to the so-called blacks, Native Americans, Taínos, Hispanics, right? And like, damn, we did a lot of fucking dirt. And you know, when you go into the scriptures, that's when they know the real Israelites. They can, hey, the Lord always reveals me, man. You see? So this is why, you know, the prophet on scene is such a big tribe with these devils. They know that the Lord gonna bring from justice. Oh,
Yeah, I got that quote by Robert F. Kennedy. But suppose God is black. Yeah, a quote by Robert F. Kennedy. But suppose God is black.
And they know that. Why would you say something like that, man? You read Revelation 1 and 14. Yeah. Shit, open his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we go to heaven and we all, what if we go to heaven and we, all our lives, have treated the Negro as an inferior? And God is there and we look up and he is not white. Woo. What then is our response?
Yes, so this is what they find out now. He was on some way back then, but now people are finding out that when you really go to the scriptures, it identifies the Most High as a so-called black man. So that white Jesus that you need to promote was a lie the whole time. And here it is, you're oppressing people who look just like the Messiah and the prophets of old. Like the brother said, you got to brush the icon, right? Along with the scripture, back up. Like, niggas know that your time is short. So Lamentation 4 is saying, hey, live it up, rejoice, or daughter Edom. Hey, the cup of slavery, oppression, shall pass unto thee. And you're gonna be, the Lord gonna make your ass naked, meaning that he's gonna reveal you. Right?
This Jeremiah 6 and verse 19. It says, "Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people."
Just backing up what the brother brought out, what Thomas Jefferson quoted, that supernatural recompense is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah thy power to put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Yeah, that stands in the day. We get here quick out 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Go right back to you. Because the Most High is a God of judgment, recompense, vengeance, and all of that. He ain't just good. Nah. The Lord is a just God. You got
Come. This 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yeah, on all levels. He's talking about recompensing the elect, first and foremost. Right? So what are we crying for? Justice. Christian church, we didn't know the Most High, you know, they use that turn of the cheek. You know, the whole Gentile shit, that shit had us in the reason. When you go into the fact that the Most High is coming back to destroy Edom, and you find out who Edom is in the nations, it's like, oh shit. Yeah. Most High coming back to exact business. Wait a year upon me until I rise into the prey. So the Most High promotes you getting your lick back, man. But it has to be Yahweh Shah first. It's the reason why we're crying out for the Lord sent for the Savior. So it's a justice thing, it's a righteous thing, to recompense tribulation. Those troublers, man, so-called white man. That ain't a fucking mission.
Oh, Lord, Yahweh.
That's it.
That spirit that Thomas Jefferson quote, what it said, it's supernatural
Yeah. Interference.
interference, man. And who that is? Only God.
My goodness.
Shut up.
I think that's all you guys know.
This is a quote from the 26th president, man, Theodore Roosevelt, and he quoted, "A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education."
Why would you say something like that?
No, he knows something.
Motherfucking do something.
He was the president probably what 1912.
They knew who the so-called blacks and Native Americans were. Hispanics were. All right.
All right.
Don't tell me that.
All right. Man, this, man. Yeah, why is on your tape?
Oh,
Man,
man.
that is,
That is
yeah.
We saw a tag and say, all right. Out of all the things that you're gonna make a tag, all right.
All right. In front of those things.
Yeah. But they low working, man. See, we crying for real justice up there. We can plenty blood. See? All right.
It's a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the saying in the world, no justice, no peace. Remind me that second Ezra 4, this place must be destroyed. It must be a righteous recompense in order for true peace, which comes through the kingdom of heaven being set up on earth to come. It's like that.
if I made it back to brothers up. I got one for you. This Psalm 89 and verse 14.
Right.
Justice and judgment
Come on.
are the habitation of thy throne.
All right.
Mercy and truth shall go before thy face.
Yeah. So that's the foundation, Lord's. That's how you get things done, man. That's how he decrees things on earth. It's established on justice and judgment. When you go into judgment, you go into that very thing. Lord say, mercy and truth shall go before the Lord's face. Before the Lord shows up, you will see mercy being displayed. First and foremost, in the form of this knowledge, standing to the blood of Yahweh Shai, to let us know that we have enemies. Lord don't love everybody, man. We always showing the people he's coming back to save his remnant. Right? These are key things you gotta know in his life. You don't, man. It's like your ass is dead. The Lord did not show you mercy. Mercy and truth. He's all he needs to go before the Lord's face.
Yep, going into that word judgment, and it goes to mashapat, and it goes into act of deciding a case.
Right, but there's a plea being made by the witness. We got the records, the report. Yeah, this nigga did it. Yeah.
It says process, procedure.
Yeah, that intense investigation, that thorough investigation, all the evidence being brought up on the table, being laid out. Well, like, yeah, you got a strong case. Yeah.
Yep, it goes into
Slide.
yeah, it says sentence, decision, execution of judgment.
Yeah, so sentencing.
Seeing some reach into the heavens.
Yeah.
Yep, it says sentence, decision of judgment, execution of judgment.
Right, so sentencing, right? First you get sentenced, then you get judged. There's a time period in which, as you're on death row, they come and get you out there said and get ready to put your ass to death. That's Esau. That's it. You've been found, caught, convicted. Now we're waiting on his judgment day. See? That's what the Lord doing right now, man. Judging judgment. That's an habitation for his throne. No.
It's a time of judgment.
Time appointed. Yep. Over 14:5. Lord appointed his time like that.
It's the book of Psalm 66, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Come and see the works of the Most High. He is terrible in his doing for the children of men."
Yeah, like we brought it earlier. That's how the Lord's gonna make himself known when he fuck up America. You fuck up Esau. Everybody gonna know, like, damn, this is the reward that you get for being wicked. Let me not do that again, man. Because Esau gonna get screwed up. Worst way, man. So the Lord is a terrible power. He's a power that's to be feared, and he weighs you out until your judgment day. But when that judgment comes, it's gonna be very, very harsh. All right, so much where you're not gonna be able to overlook it, man.
This is Obadiah 1 and 10. I'm gonna drop down to 15, and it reads, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee."
Yep, against Jacob, see, shame should come. You got it?
God, and we in those times right now, man, where shame is covering this man. Man. He's complaining more than ever, man. Right now, he's feeling it, man. No,
It is why I say judgment won't wait us. Whatever it is, Ezekiel the 7th chapter. Judgment waiteth for you.
God,
You know.
Supposed to be good to be going away.
yeah, God. And it reads, and
Like blood. It says, since thou hast hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. That's
God,
good.
God.
You got it.
God. And it reads, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all heathen. All the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
Yeah, so that's Lord saying that whatever you did to my people, hey, it's gonna be returned back unto you. Yeah. No scripture say that Esau should get double. All the nations, all of those, Jeremiah 30. Yeah. Get that real quick Bible study. 30:16. All thine adversaries, everyone should go into captivity.
This is Jeremiah 30 and 16. And it reads, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Yeah, all that took us captives, rejoiced over us, man, poisoned us, tried to fucking commit genocide against us. Hey, now you gotta feel, now you gotta drink of that cup, now you gotta feel that pain. Yeah, God.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
Right.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
Right. And ultimately, America, Esau, America gonna be a spoil. Speaks about Isaiah 30. So we got spoilers, and thou were not spoiled. Yeah, all next gonna be judged, and Lord gonna be judged Esau first. My thumb was in warfare. And then the word of God, all nations gonna go into captivity. But that's our rightful line. It serves the Israelites.
And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Right.
For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Lord Yahweh, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
Right. We was ruled the shit of the earth at one point, but we be restored by the way of what this word. Right. The word, the hill of all things. So this is the process of restoring right now. And only the elect are gonna be able to be rebuilt up in the mind, restored with the ancient knowledge which we once lost, and ultimately go back to Jerusalem. See?
It's remind me of the prodigal son.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Revelation 13 and verse 10. Start verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Yeah, right. This is straight up, you know, because you got people trying to flip that scripture like that ain't what it talking about. But we brought the other precept to back it up. Jeremiah 30:16, precept on precept. So he who leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who led us into captivity? It's known that the Jews, the so-called Jews, forwarded or they funded or financed the slave ships, right? It brings into captivity. So that's Amalek. All right, that's the head of Esau. He's gonna go into captivity and rest along the rest of Edom. You know, and said he that killeth with a sword shall be killed with the sword. That fulfills Ezekiel 25. I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the way of my people Israel. They should do according to my angels. Like, yeah.
I mean, and to your point, it's called justice, man.
Right.
You know, everything that this devil sowed, that's gonna be the same thing that he gonna reap. Because a lot of these people who did a lot of wicked things, like Thomas Jefferson, niggas died peacefully, man. Niggas ain't really get judged for real. Even Ronald Reagan, one of the biggest dope dealers, niggas didn't get judged for real. You know, the nigga was living it up until the day that he died. Guess when he's gonna get his judgment in the kingdom? When this nigga going to slavery. That's why the Lord let these wicked ass devils live long lives, man. You know?
Yeah, Rothschild and shit, nigga, he dying, so he's you'll wake up in the kingdom, nigga.
Yeah. I like that shirt, man.
Appreciate it.
Sit to the side, yeah. And that spirit we made that statement earlier, we synonymous with kings, man. You know?
But if I make this last point, it says, "Here is the patience and faith of the saints."
Ooh, the patience of the saint.
Yeah.
That's what we waiting on. See? That's why we suffering this thing out. Holding fast what the Lord has given us, man, because there's gonna be a reward for the righteous and also for the wicked.
That's right.
You didn't live to see the downfall of the enemy, Psalm 12. He said, why the feet the blood of like Revelation 18 and 20. She's going to rejoice over her thou heaven, and all the apostles and prophets will have avenged you upon earth. So we're waiting for America to be uprooted and destroyed, man. That tells what everlasting peace. Woo.
Yep. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and that dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee."
Yeah, because we didn't do it in the Esau. That's why Psalm 50 says he has stretched forth his hand unto such as he had peace for them. The Native Americans, they tried to take your bitch ass in, and what did you bring? Smallpox on the sword. Or whatever kind of disease that you had, man. You try to commit genocide. Well, we could take a docile, came them out to be savages. That's Esau. You're a creative monster. You justify destroying a people. All lies. Yeah.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. When thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Yeah, so Esau spoiled not only the Israelites, but also other nations. Well, so that's why the Lord gave everybody nukes to be able to repossess America with destruction. That's why you got World War III that's being talked about. America will go down, whether you like it or not. You repent or die, man. And also with that, we'll give all praise and the glory unto. Come on and see the apostle and the elders of the great millstone. Till next time we say shalom.
Shalom tonight.
Night.
Right.